Well, I'm heading to the place that my wife really hates for me to go. So we're gonna run down to the John Deere dealer for a little bit. Well, guys, it's not a very good thing for me to come down here to the John Deere dealer. So my plans were to buy a disc, a DH1066. It's a 5'6" disc. It has scalloped discs on both front and rear. And as far as changing the gangs out on it, it's really easy versus some of the other ones I've looked at. This one here, you just have to pull some pins, change your gang positions, put the pins back in. But while I was here, I ended up picking up something else. I don't know if you guys can see. We'll go out here and take a look. So I'm going to apologize for the wind, but I ended up picking up a little extra. They end up having this over here in the used section. So they give me a pretty good price on it. And that's the disc. You can pull these pins out to change that gang position, which is really easy. So I'm gonna get these things home and probably get them unloaded maybe sometime today, and we'll get them hooked up to the tractor this weekend, try them out. Well, I got it home, got it unloaded, and the blade or box blade. Anyways, one of the, I guess, sort of main things I was looking at was, of course, having the scalloped disc on the rear. And I like this one being a tube frame. I know that this costs more than going to Tractor Supply or Family Farm and Home or some of the other box stores. But this one here is it's just so much easier to change these positions. I mean, literally just pulling the pin, and then you just push or pull to change the angle that you want. And like I say, I don't know how often I'm gonna have to change that, but if I'm out there and I want to change it, I don't have to carry a wrench with me and then unbolt and bolt back up with the angle frame ones. I was wanting to go bigger, but I think that some of the issues that I've got is with the R4 tires. I think that's where I was losing some traction with the plow and the disc. So this is 6 inches shorter than what I was wanting. But I think it's gonna work. I think it'll work just fine for everything that I do. So we'll give it a try this weekend and see if we can't go ahead and get some dirt moving. Well, we've got the disc put on the tractor. So we're gonna try this thing out. This ground hasn't been turned, I don't know, except for a couple little spots where I tried out the tiller at the end of the last year. But we're gonna try this out, see if we can't turn some of this grass down. I should probably plow it first or spray it, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it does. disc does pretty good on spots where you don't have tall grass to fight with. And I sort of assumed that, but wanted to try it anyways. Maybe if I put some weight on it, it would do better. I'll show you what it's done. So I guess I went over this about, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. I think I'm just gonna bring the plow up and turn all this tall grass that's laid over, get it all turned down, and then I'll go over it. This over here was where I went over it with the tiller earlier in the year, and it does okay. So some of this other stuff over here seems to do a little bit better job. That right there done really well. So I'm gonna get over there where I've done some disking before and plowing and try it out over there. Some of that grass is a little bit shorter. Well, I made it over here to the other side where I normally mow, and that's first pass, but we're gonna go ahead and try the rest of this, see how it does. Well, I apologize for the wind. It seems to have picked up, so if there's some wind noise, I'm sorry. So most of this has been one pass. Try to go ahead and get this food plot turned in, that way I can get a summer plot put in. The disc seems to do pretty good, except for the tall grass, which I'll end up bringing the plow out and getting some other areas done. It doesn't seem to really load the tractor super heavy. I've been doing this in second gear, high range, but it seems to be doing pretty good. On some of that taller grass stuff, I'm gonna end up having to disc it plow it first. I don't know, maybe mowing would work. This stuff here seemed to do fine. It wasn't very tall. It was sort of like this stuff over here. Well, like that right there. Just regular grass. I mean, not anything super tall. It done a really good job on that. So I'm gonna let this stuff sit for, I don't know, about a week or so, and then I'll come back over and do it again and get some stuff planted.